Hello, my name is Darren, and we are members of something called the International Business Structuring Association, or IBSA. Essentially, it's a network of professionals that serve clients, private clients, so families that are exposed to multiple jurisdictions and they're running businesses, entrepreneurs. So it's not just restricted to tax, even though we're going to talk about tax. It'll be like investment migration, IP lawyers, insolvency, just anything to do with what the family will go through as they cross borders. And with that, I'd like to introduce you to the panel. Jose, you're going to start from your side and introduce yourself.
Thanks everyone to join this, and thanks Darren and Skipper 80 also for our participation. I'm a tax partner in Squire Patton Boggs, based in the Madrid office. I do international tax, even though I could sound partly American. It's my mom's American, my dad's Spanish, and I'm actually probably the only one not talking about U.S. taxes here, but some of the additions around that, which is always great to hear. Everyone living outside of the UAE, like myself, is excited to come to a place where Texas is a friendly environment for Texas. So you got to stay away of our tax network around how the trends, the difficulties around kind of keeping the taxes low, and especially with the U.S. citizens. So happy to be here and try to contribute to this discussion.
Hi, my name is Jimmy Sexton. I'm the founder and CEO of Esquire Group. We provide international tax and wealth planning services to affluent multinational families and help them minimize their taxes and pass their wealth to the next generation in a tax efficient, organized manner.
My name is Vince Trong. I'm based here in Gate West with a company called GSB Capital. I'm from California. I'm an American CFP, so I do financial planning, financial modeling, asset management for clients, and I've been here 16 years now.
Hi, my question is around estate taxes for a non-U.S. person who has invested in U.S. assets and has no family member in the U.S. I hear that they are subject to estate taxes.
Yes.
And is the IRS enforcing it as yet?
Vigorously.
Yes.
And what should we advise our clients? How do we take care of that?
I mean, there's no one right answer, right? It depends on what the assets are. If it's U.S. real estate, for example, or U.S.-based physical assets like artwork or something like that, there's a certain type of structure you would use. If it's assets like publicly traded stocks and bonds, then there's another structure that we use for that. And so, well, there's a few different structures you could use. It really depends on what the assets are.
Can they enforce it with 30% of the staff?
That is a good question. We're going to see how they apply this with AI and stuff like that. The IRS, look, I think as Darren said, they're trying to pursue this stuff vigorously, but I think it's challenging with the reduced staff they have, for sure. I think that does make a difference.
It's actually making it worse. We do a few of these every month or so. Previous to this administration, the team that deals with estate tax closing letters, they were running at a 2-year turnaround time. It's taking 2 years after you submit the 706 NA to when you get the 5173, the actual transfer certificate. And this is being policed not by the IRS, but by the actual brokerage firms in the U.S. If you go to Schwab or Fidelity or whatever, and you say, well, somebody died, I need to transfer it over. They say, hold on, you get nothing until I see a 5173. And before the present turmoil within the IRS was 2 years, God knows how long it's going to be right now. I guess the takeaway is, as Jimmy is saying, prevention is worth